So, I want to talk about Need for Speed 2015. Need for Speed 2015. It's so conflicting. It's such a conflicting game to talk about. A lot of people considered it to be dookie when it first released. I don't personally consider it to be a dookie game. I think it's actually very well made. I think it has its faults, but everything has its faults. So I think when it comes to Need for Speed 2015, I think they achieved exactly what they set out to achieve with that game. They wanted to make a game that felt like you were driving around on a Tuesday night at 3 a.m. And they nailed the fuck out of that aspect of it. They wanted a game that made it feel like you had a team of kooky friends who all got together and raced each other late at night when there were no cars on the road, so it would be, technically safer, even though you're not supposed to be racing. And they achieved that as well, even though the friends that they give you in this game are like some of the most dorky motherfuckers I've ever seen in any racing game, or any game period. One thing I think didn't really help how awkward these characters were was the fact that they are in live action. That didn't help out in making them look like cooler characters, because I think maybe if they would have been like 3D characters, or if it would have been like in-engine or some sort of stuff, maybe it's because they couldn't get in-engine models working properly with what they were doing, or maybe it just didn't. They did try to do a really like photorealistic thing with the cars. I noticed that, so maybe they didn't want to have fake characters shifting over to real-looking cars or something like that. But yeah, step one to having fun with Need for Speed is ignore the characters. Manu made his hair up to look like Coolio. He looked at himself in the mirror before he left his house. He looked at his hairdo and he said, "Yeah, that'll work." So if that tells you anything, it's don't take these people too seriously, because they don't take themselves too seriously. So step one. Step two, ignore the fact that this is a live service game and it's not going to be around forever. Now, when you're playing a game from a good couple of years ago, like Need for Speed 2015 is, you're budget gaming, pretty much. They're not going to charge you full price for Need for Speed 2015. So when you buy this game, you're buying it at $15. $15, you beat it once, you get, like, let's say 6-8 hours out of it. If you're into racing games like me, you'll go back just to explore and do extra races and stuff. You'll get a couple of extra hours out of it. You're talking about like somewhere in the average of like 12 to 14 hours of gameplay for about $15 or whatever it's priced at. Hey, future me, can you put up the price of Need for Speed 20? Okay, perfect. Okay, so as you can see, the price isn't that bad for what you're paying. You just have to ignore the fact that it's not going to be here forever. It's a live service game. It's always online. That comes with a number of faults. It's not anything egregious, it's stuff that you can ignore, like not being able to pause and stuff like that. It's annoying, but really for the price that you're going to be paying for this game, it's really easy to ignore that stuff. So pay $15, expect EA to pull some kind of fucking nonsense and get this off of the servers in a couple of years, whatever. For the price you're paying for it, it ain't too bad. The last thing you're going to have to do, and this is going to be easy, this is probably the easiest thing you have to do to embrace the fun in Need for Speed 2015. Just get into that atmosphere, dude. Get into that night. Get into that feeling. Get into that headspace. I've worked overnight as an Uber driver for a bit, and I can tell you that one of the most calm atmospheres I've ever experienced as a human is the city at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Miami is a place that's always hustling, bustling, and at 3 a.m. it's just empty. It's so quiet. You could almost, some of these streets that are packed with cars during the daytime, you could almost lie down in the middle of the street and no one will drive up or anything for forever. And it's a feeling. It's an experience. And Need for Speed 2015, it just captures that like so well. It like concentrates it into like a focused like feeling, like just driving around the environments in the city at night. It's such a vibe, dude. It is. You just feel it in the bones that whoever made this game, whatever the team at Ghost Games, when they made this game, they have a passion for this kind of stuff, and you could tell because this was the first one they made, the first Need for Speed game created by not created by Ghost Games. I believe their first game was Need for Speed Rivals, but this was the first exclusive Need for Speed game for the next generation consoles, and you could tell with all the effects they threw into this game that they really had a particular vision for what they wanted to do with Need for Speed. And like I said in the beginning of the video, that vision for me, when I'm playing this game, it just keeps repeating in my head. It's Tuesday, 3 a.m. with your boys. Tuesday, 3 a.m. with your boys. That's what this game is. It's that vibe, just squeezed into a video game, and it's more so than I've seen in any game before or after, because after this they kind of pulled back a little bit. They're online, they're always online answer for this game, like their view for always online for this game just didn't really catch on. So Ghost Games kind of backed off a little bit after this one. With Payback, you can see they did a single player route, and they fucked up in their own way with Payback, but I think that was more EA than it was Ghost Games, but I'll talk about that another time. But what I'm trying to get at is that how do I phrase this, because as you know, I like to make these videos live, so if you do enjoy them, please let me know in a comment or like the video. Just let me know what you think about the my approach to video making. But with this game, it's Ghost Games' most pure intentions, like, laid out. They wanted to make a like purely street racing game. They wanted to reboot the Need for Speed franchise in a way that it would be going back to the underground roots that they had. And you know what? I really enjoyed what they did in this game. There was definitely there was definitely faults. There was problems, but I think they did really good in this game. And I think more than anything, their sense of atmosphere of this late night in Los Angeles is just, it's so well done in this game that I think it should be enjoyed, and I think it makes it really easy to have fun with. So yeah, go out there and have fun with Need for Speed 2015. Don't let these critics ruin games for you, dude. Not every game has to be perfect. Go out and enjoy it. Need for Speed 2015, it's worth your time, it's worth having fun with. So go out and do it. I've taught you how. Now go forth and have fun. Anyway, that's the video. I do want to thank you for watching. Thank you for still being here, if you're still here. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you next time.